watching WHSV Daybreak.
Good Friday morning here on Good Friday. It's the 29th of March. I'm Tom Dempsey.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Carly Stephenson, filling in for Jasmine Bailey. This morning, we'll take a closer look at how a tradition that's been a part of city council meetings in Stanton for centuries is changing to raise awareness about human trafficking. I'm Carly Stephenson. Coming up in a few minutes, I'll talk to one of the co-founders who's been out here for a pretty long time. Sidewalks and parking lots really are a different story. If you kind of look at my feet, you can see there's plenty of snow and ice. And I actually have a ruler with me, and we're going to kind of show you how deep the snow is. Jasmine, Myron Blosser with Eastern Mennonite School says that hopefully this will have a similar impact. He says brain health is an issue that is lagging behind, but now researchers will look at how to maintain and fix the brain. I stepped into the classroom to see just how similar research has affected teaching. The home right now is a complete loss, but firefighters I spoke with are hopeful that they can recover some things once it stops burning. Driving up this morning, I could see smoke from at least a mile and a half away. I also passed tankers filling up with more water by the Food Lion and grottos.
Let's make history, baby! Let's go!
All right, as you can see, there's some excitement here. I'm joined by some of the students that are a part of the students who were chosen for the raffle by the JMU ticketing office. They will be leaving on a charter bus this morning from JMU's campus at 7. Other restaurants on that list include Clementine as well as Billy Jack's. Now, they're not open yet, but the first one will open up at about 8:30, so you can go and check it out. We have a full list of restaurants online for you on WHSV.com. Live in downtown Harrisonburg, I'm Carly Stephenson, WHSV News 3.
And actually, that'll be a good game. That's right. I think Duke is playing Michigan State. I'm sure Jasmine's pumped up about that. So
hopefully Michigan State wins.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. UNC fan right here. Not a Duke fan.
Now, Justin did share some of his products with us, so I have some gluten-free brownies I want you guys to try.
We tasted a little bit of this.
In last hour.
And I have to say, I snuck a piece during the break.
These are pretty good.
It is really good. And you're vegan.
I am gluten-free.
You're gluten-free.
Yes.
Okay.
And vegan products, some of them do have wheat, but with gluten, you can't have wheat. So these are wheat-free, and they are delicious. Fly fishing is very different from conventional fishing. I spoke with Bo, who showed me the basics, so let's hope that I do this right. But it's really all about having your elbow in and being gentle. You don't want to whip the rod back. Jasmine, Myron Blosser with Eastern Mennonite School says that hopefully this will have a similar impact. He says brain health is an issue that is lagging behind, but now researchers will look at how to maintain and fix the brain. I stepped into the classroom to see just how similar research has affected teaching. That's the sound of students isolating their DNA in a biotechnology class.
So in this lab, we're using our own DNA to find out whether we have a gene that allows us to taste this bitter chemical in a lot of our common foods and vegetables.
The gargling, testing, and hands-on work in a classroom all started with a national project.
I use the Human Genome Project information a lot. In class, we do a lot of DNA work.
Science teacher Myron Blosser hopes that in a similar way, the new brain proposal will trickle down into the classroom.
We will start doing activities in class that will be neuron research. We'll start looking at synaptic clefts.
And he knows that these lab activities stick with the students.
I like the labs. I like doing hands-on stuff.
Blosser is friends with one of the men who is leading the project, NIH Director Francis Collins.
It aims to bring together nanoscience, engineering, and neurology to make sense of how the brain works.
And Blosser is already looking ahead.
To see his excitement and the twinkle in his eye when he was talking about this just simply tells me that he knows what's coming.
And that proposal has a $100 million price tag from Congress, but money from that proposal won't just be from the government. Private foundations are chipping in too. One of them includes the Allen Institute, and they are giving $60 million. So pretty cool, a lot of money going toward this. Hopefully some new research will come around, and you know, it's great to see how students are interacting in the class and really getting involved with the lab. These tents in this park won't be empty for long. The festival is expected to bring in more than 1,000 people to Constitution Park. Bo Beasley, who is helping to coordinate the event, has been fly fishing for 20 years.
Also, fly fishing is not about strength. Fly fishing is about dexterity and about timing.
It's also a chance to help the environment.
Some of our profits actually go into restoration work on the South River.
and anyone can learn. Fly fishing is very different from conventional fishing. I spoke with Bo, who showed me the basics, so let's hope that I do this right. But it's really all about having your elbow in and being gentle. You don't want to whip the rod back. For $20 a person, you can fly fish, take classes about fishing, and go to wine tastings. Plus, it's good business for the city.
When an angler comes in from out of town to go fishing for the day, he buys gear, he buys flies, he fills his car up with gas, he eats at the restaurant.
And Beasley hopes it will be relaxing for everyone.
It's about enjoying yourself, getting away from your cell phone, getting away from your BlackBerry, getting away from email, and just getting on the river.
In Waynesboro, I'm Carly Stephenson, WHSV.
Jasmine, they are coping with it all. Right now, working on other updates. They're waiting on some fire investigators to get there to see what caused the fire. The home right now is a complete loss, but firefighters I spoke with are hopeful that they can recover some things once it stops burning. Driving up this morning, I could see smoke from at least 1.5 miles away. I also passed tankers filling up with more water by the Food Lion and Grottos. Thankfully, the family is safe. Family members tell me a couple lives there with their son. Here's what the fire looked like at about 1 o'clock this morning. The 2-story home used to be an old schoolhouse. Now it's all in pieces. The son was home alone and discovered smoke rising from the floor when he went to take his dog out. Relatives tell me he's still in shock from it all. Firefighters worked to put out the fire as the roof continued to collapse in pieces. Multiple fire departments responded, bringing more than 40 firefighters along. Their major goal was to get as much water as they could to the home. You can see them filling up. A volunteer firefighter tells me they do not have an official cause yet. That's because the fire investigator does still have to come and examine the scene.
As you can see, the roof has collapsed. So for the most part, it's lost. Hopefully there are some things that the family can salvage, but I'm unable to determine that without getting closer.
Hardy tells me dispatch is contacting the American Red Cross to help the family. We'll have some more information about that for you later today. They will be leaving some hoses behind as they monitor things throughout the day. In the Harrisonburg newsroom, I'm Carly Stephenson, WHSV News 3.